At around 2 in the morning, Israel launched one of the most complex long-range air operations in its history. Nearly 80 aircraft took part in a mission believed to be codenamed Days of Repentance. Their targets were deep inside Iran, more than 1,000 miles away. Although the flight paths may look simple on a map, the mission required extraordinary planning. Israeli aircraft had to pass through Jordan, Syria, and Iraq, while coordinating mid-air refueling and suppressing potential air defense threats along the way. Israeli forces also neutralized air defense systems in Syria and Iraq to ensure a safe return in case Iranian forces attempted to intercept them. The Israeli Air Force divided the operation into 3 waves, each with a specific objective. First wave, breaking Iran's air defense network. The first wave was designed to open a path into Iranian airspace. Its goal was to attack surface-to-air missile sites, radar stations, and air defense command centers. The main targets were located in Tehran, Ilam, and Qazvin. These locations form the core of Iran's air defense network. Radar stations in these regions provide early warning, while command centers coordinate missile launches and aircraft interception. By striking these sites first, Israel aimed to blind Iran and disrupt its ability to track incoming threats. Without radar and centralized control, Iranian air defense units would be unable to accurately guide their missiles. These opening strikes were critical. They reduced the risk to Israeli aircraft and allowed later waves to approach with far less resistance. Second wave, attacking Iran's missile forces. After Iran's air defenses were weakened, the second wave began. This phase focused on Iran's ballistic and hypersonic missile systems. At least 3 major missile bases were attacked during this wave. These bases are believed to store and launch some of Iran's most powerful weapons. Israeli drones were also sent toward the highly secretive Parchin military complex near Tehran. This facility is known for missile testing and advanced weapons development. Iranian air defenses destroyed many of the drones, but at least 1 drone successfully penetrated the defenses and struck the base. These attacks were intended to prevent Iran from launching retaliatory missile strikes against Israel. Third wave, military industry and barracks. The final wave focused on Iran's military infrastructure and production capacity. Targets included Qadiri Barracks, Hassan Khan Castle, a missile manufacturing and preparation center, IRGC Air Force logistics facilities, Imam Ali Barracks. These sites are critical for missile storage, production, and logistics. By attacking them, Israel aimed to reduce Iran's ability to replace lost weapons and sustain long-term military operations. Israeli aircraft and flight distance. The strike force consisted mainly of F-35 fifth-generation stealth fighters, F-16 multi-role fighters, F-15 strike aircraft. These jets flew approximately 1,600 kilometers, or about 1,000 miles, to reach Iran. To support such a long mission, Israeli tanker aircraft conducted multiple mid-air refuelings along the route. This allowed Israeli fighters to remain airborne long, enough to complete their mission and still have fuel for combat and return. Weapons used: Blue Arrow and ROX. Israel relied heavily on long-range precision weapons. Blue Arrow, a long-range supersonic missile. ROX, Israel's next-generation extended-range air-to-surface missile. ROX is a highly advanced weapon. It allows the aircraft crew to control and maneuver the missile in flight, even after it has been launched. This means pilots can update targets, change the missile's direction, and strike moving objects. In high-threat environments, ROX uses GPS-aided inertial navigation to reach the target area and then switches to an imaging infrared seeker during the final stage of flight. This allows it to accurately hit targets, using either deep penetration or blast fragmentation warheads. Because of ROX, Israeli aircraft could strike targets while staying outside Iran's most dangerous air defense zones. Iran's air defense, Bavar-373 and S-300. Despite the scale of the attack, Iran's air defense systems performed better than many expected. The Bavar-373 and S-300 systems successfully intercepted Israeli drones and several incoming missiles. Bavar-373 uses Syed-4 interceptor missiles, stored in rectangular launch canisters. It is supported by phased array radar systems, including the Mirage 4 radar, which Iran claims has a detection range of 450 kilometers and can track up to 200 targets simultaneously. How the S-300 air defense system works. The S-300 system begins with the Big Bird long-range surveillance radar, which can detect and track up to 300 targets in real time. This information is passed to a command and control center, where targets are identified as friendly or hostile. If a threat is confirmed, the command center orders the launchers to fire. Typically, 2 missiles are launched at each target to ensure a high probability of interception. Engagement radars then guide the missiles toward the target using continuous real-time tracking. The system can engage 60 to 80 targets at once and guide up to 160 missiles simultaneously. 4 low-flying threats such as drones and cruise missiles. Mobile short-range defense systems provide the final layer of protection. Iran's fighter aircraft. Iran's Air Force relies on several aging but still dangerous aircraft. About 64 F-4 Phantom II fighters, around 40 F-14 Tomcats, approximately 30 MiG-29 multirole fighters. The F-4 Phantom remains Iran's primary attack aircraft and is considered the backbone of its air force. The F-14, although old, still has the ability to challenge modern fighters when supported by ground-based radar. Missiles Israel wanted to destroy. Iran's missile arsenal includes some of its most advanced systems: Fattah 1 and Fattah 2 hypersonic missiles, Shahab-3 medium-range ballistic missiles. The Fattah missiles can travel outside Earth's atmosphere and use aerodynamic control surfaces to maneuver during re-entry, allowing them to evade missile defense systems such as Israel's Arrow. The Shahab-3 is the foundation of Iran's ballistic missile force and was used in Iran's most recent attacks on Israeli bases. This operation was not a simple airstrike. It was a carefully planned campaign designed to weaken Iran's air defenses, missile forces, and military industry in a single coordinated effort.